everybody. So glad you're with us. Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the Aragon Ballroom here in Chicago, Illinois, for a much-anticipated main event. 12 rounds of heavyweights between these two great warriors.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, Merser. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, hands of stone.
All right, gentlemen, protect yourself at all times. Let's touch him up.
When you get a fight like this that everybody's been talking about, it's always so interesting to see these opening moments here in round number one.
You know, just because you look the role doesn't mean you can play the role. And in a matchup like this, we know one guy has a lot of strength. You can just see the muscularity. One guy doesn't. But this sport has taught us time and time again, sometimes that doesn't matter at all.
Like the great Sugar Ray Robinson, a lot of people think the greatest fighter of all time, pound for pound. He used to say that boxing is like geometry. It's about angles, keeping somebody off balance. Not who's stronger, but who can use those assets, or who can keep the other guy from using them.
Very nice defensive guard there. Now that's some fine work right there by Hands of Stone. Well-placed counterpunch by Hands of Stone. A crafty counterpunch after a fine defensive effort by Merciless.
Well, nowadays we have so many different weight classes. Used to be only 8 weight classes. Now with all the super and juniors attached to every weight class, you can go up and down the scale with ease throughout your career. Is that good for the game?
No, I don't really think it is, because you're making it too easy for the fighters. You know, I'm not saying that it's not good that they have an alternate to a weight class, but a lot of times when you make things easy, they're going to go for the path that is easier. In other words, somebody should be a middleweight. Now all of a sudden they're going to be a light heavyweight. They're going to be a super middleweight, where with a little discipline, they would have fit into that middleweight frame. It wasn't that they couldn't make it. Now you make it so easy, they don't want to make it.
Way to block there. Good exchange. He fires back. Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. As we come to the end of the round, Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, that's one of those rounds where I wonder what were the judges looking for, because it's tough to kind of draw a line between those two fighters.
Yeah, very close, but one of those rounds where you could steal it. You did a little bit more in those last 30, 20 seconds. Maybe that's the impression the judges are left with.
Hands of Stones banged around by a big uppercut. Comes right back with some offense of his own. And there he counters back against his opponent. There's another left hand from him. Gets rid of that body shot. Good counter. right there, but he also gave one. Solid effort by Hands of Stone. Good-looking counterpunch. You know, that jab is so basic, so simple, but as you can see, so very effective for him early on in this fight.
Yeah, well, he's telling his opponent, you're not coming onto my property. You know, I have a dog here, and this dog bites.
90 seconds to go here in this round. Nice block by Hands of Stone.
Keep your distance. Get out of the way.
Good block by Merciless. Back upstairs he goes. What a chin. Can you believe the shots this guy's absorbing?
And more importantly, can his opponent believe it? You know what? You want to hit a guy, so you figure that that's a good thing, that's an encouraging thing. This is a case where his opponent might get discouraged just by seeing his guy take those kind of shots.
That worked out really well. Throwing off the right hand after getting tagged like that. Coming to the end of this round. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, a round like that where it's a lot of busy activity and both guys being busy. When you were a trainer, are those the kind of rounds that you prefer, or do you like the pace to be a little slower? Does it depend on each guy?
No, if I have a fight, I'd rather have a guy fighting a guy that you never see him. Leave me the heck alone. And where I'm in control all the time. But the fans love to see a fight like that.
Able to land an uppercut. This is just beautiful to watch. Watch how he just links one to the next, Teddy. A beautiful sequence, almost like musical notes being played.
Well, exactly. It's a nice tune because it just follows. One, as you said, follows the other. Nice and smooth.
Return the sender with the left hand. Wow, is he defensively sound. Good job with another left hand. Undoubtedly, the most effective element of his entire arsenal tonight is his jab. He's so committed to fighting on the outside, and he's jabbing away beautifully.
Well, Coach D'Amato used to tell me, Teddy, when you're in doubt, jab. Well, this fighter, when he's been in doubt, he's jab. When he's been sure of himself, he's jab. As you said, he's made a jab fest of this all night long.
Oh, and they decide to trade there. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot.
Body shot.
Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. Needs to improve that accuracy. Missed with the headshot. Good looking counter punch. And he scores with a 3-punch combo. He tried to nab him up top, but was unable to connect. Ten seconds to go in this third round. He's got his guard up really well that time, and it protects his head. A little something for his opponent after getting tagged. Here we go with the 4th round. Hands of Stones coming up with the answers, avoiding that punch. Good block by Merciless. Working his way on the outside and working well. He just stunned his opponent.
And his opponent got caught wide because he was standing in front not doing nothing. If you're not going to work, get out of range. Don't let your opponent work.
Protecting his head well with his guard. Very clean offense from defense by Merciless. And a smart counterpunch by Hands of Stone. Teddy, is it possible that he didn't respect this fighter coming into the fight? Now, I know a lot of people would say, yeah, he's ahead on the scorecards. But you can just see the style of fight that this is, that he's being tested.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of two things. This guy being better than his record would indicate, and what you touched on, that he's a human being like anybody else. We look at the guy's record, we think of what kind of fight it's going to be. He looked at it, he thought it was going to be a little easier than it's turning out.
Well-placed counterpunch by Hands of Stone. He's doing a really nice job here on the outside. He's staying safe. He is away from his opponent's danger zone, but yet he's able to accomplish things offensively.
Yeah, he's getting full extension on his punches is what you're basically saying, Joe. He's doing a good job of that. If he threw his punches from a little too close, he would get time. So he's making sure he's at the right place when he first gets those punches moving.
There it is! Wow, what an uppercut. Now that's some fine work right there by Hands of Stone. Nice job to land that counterpunch and getting away from one of his own by Hands of Stone. So we come to the end of the round, and clearly a confidence booster for this man. He got to his opponent. He was able to stun him. Teddy, when a fighter comes back after doing what he just did, do you see them almost light up, like get a little boost of energy because of that?
Yeah, it does build your confidence a little bit. You know, it makes you feel more secure. I can control this man. I had my way.
I would assume there has to come a point in this fight where he has to make the commitment to throw the power punches. It's hard to envision a way he's going to win this fight without going down that road.
He doesn't have the confidence to do it. I don't know if he's mentally strong enough to do it. I think he's worried about throwing hard at the guy because maybe in his mind that means the guy will throw hard back at him.
He took a shot, but he came back with a right hand of his own. Doing well on the outside. Boy, he's really working well on the outside, isn't he?
Yeah, he's doing a great job of disciplining himself. You know, we talk about power, we talk about speed, we talk about all those virtues, but just controlling himself and making sure he controls the distance, a distance that's got him winning the fight.
Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Able to defend and then go on the offensive. Good exchange. He fires back. A sound combination by Merciless. Teddy, he's just covering up. That's all he's doing, but it gives his opponent so much time to pick where he isn't.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. I mean, first of all, some of them are going to get through, and some of them are watching them. They're getting through, and you just touched on it. I mean, you cover up, you tell your opponent, hey, I'm camping out, I'm not throwing back. So instead of throwing 1 or 2 at you, he's throwing combinations of 3, 4, 5. You got a problem.
They trade shots. He comes back with a right hand. Good job staying away from the danger there. Last 10 seconds. Able to dismiss that body shot. We come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that and say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down, blue or red corner, what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
Well-placed counter-punch by Merciless. Great pace to this fight, Teddy. These guys are not coming out of 5th gear. Nobody's slowing down.
No, they're fighting a 6th, 7th, and 8th gear.
Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. Nice block. Good combination. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Hands of Stone's doing a nice job being comfortable on the outside. I know it's good to throw a lot of punches, but it's better to do what we're seeing out of him right now, and that's land when you throw.
Yeah, he's making everything count. He's putting everything out there for a purpose, placing punches beautifully.
Well, you could see what he wanted to do there, but unable to land that body shot. He's got a bloody nose there, which means that he could be swallowing some blood, which could cut his wind in his lungs and affect the later parts of this fight.
Okay? Body then head. Let's finish it. You just focus on the man. Throw punch. Don't walk into him without throwing a punch. Listen, I'm not going to stare at you. Take those shots. You understand?
Well, the ability to adapt, so important. Who can make the changes now as we're halfway through this scheduled 12-rounder? Accurate counter punch by Merciless. Protecting his head well with his guard. Very clean offense from defense by Merciless. Able to counter that attack. He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back. What a fight. What a great, non-stop action fight this has been. Halfway through this round, the tactical game paying off. You can see the counter punch.
Yeah, you see the counter punch, but you know what I see? I see a little tentativeness now in him because he's afraid to let anything go because when he misses, bang, it gets caught.
And a well-placed counter by Hands of Stone. Merciless is making some costly mistakes here. Number one among them is he's not moving his head at all.
No, he's a stationary target right now. And now the only thing that he's lucky about is only one's coming at a time. But in a little while, his opponent, you know it, his opponent's going to start putting them together. Then he might not be here anymore.
Hands of Stone's doing a good job tonight on the outside. He's able to score from the outside, keeping a safe distance away from his opponent. Gets rid of that body shot. He scored well after being hit himself. Making predictions in boxing is often a dangerous task, but I'll make one right here that seems pretty obvious to me as we come to the end of that round here. This fight is going to be a brutal display as long as it lasts.
It's kind of like going and watching that home run contest. Nobody's trying to hit singles or doubles. You know they're all going for the fences.
Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. Two-punch combo by Merciless. That's a good block by Merciless. Looking right hand after he got hit. That's a forceful two-punch combo by Hands of Stone. Tucks those elbows in, blocks the body shot. And a smart counter punch by Merciless. to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
So you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
Blocks the headshot. He's bleeding from the side of his face there. Another round underway, but how many more will we see? You get the sense this fight could be heading towards a stoppage. And now they're opening up. Both right hands land. Excellent counterpunch by Merciless. Wow, great action right from the start. Hey, I don't know that they can keep up this pace, but if they do, what a night we got ahead of us.
Yeah, we're getting tired just watching this early part.
I like the way that jab is doubled up by Merciless. Well, here's the way we see it. He's down on the scorecards, has to have the knockout to win it.
Yeah, and he has to understand that. You know, the main thing is he hasn't given in. You know, he's still there trying, but he's in a desperate place. So what he has to do now is look for one spot. He remembers maybe something he saw early in the night where the guy pulls out with his hand down a little bit, and maybe he can time him stepping out.
You can see he's trying to score up top, but off the mark there. Went to the body there, but unable to connect. Throwing off the right hand after getting tagged like that. Oh, and he returns fire with a left hand. One minute to go in a round that feels like an all-time classic. Punch for punch, they're meeting each other. Right back at him with a left hand. Hands of stones. Oh, Teddy, this has got to drive his trainer crazy because he's leaving himself wide open with these sweeping shots.
Well, you talk about that old saying, leaving the barn door open, and the horses are going to go out. Well, guess what? The punches, sooner or later, they're going to come in.
Sharp counterpunch by Merciless. Round comes to an end here. And Teddy, I know you've had a very busy week. You've been training some pro football players this week. There are many parallels to be made between the pro fight game and the pro football game.
Yeah, there are, you know, physical ones and emotional and mental ones. I mean, the physical ones are when I work with some of these behemoths, you know, like offensive linemen. They have to punch out, you know, with their arms. They have to make sure that they get those hands out now. If they raise their elbows just like a fighter raising his elbow before he throws a jab, they lose the power. So you got to teach them to keep those elbows in, punch out without any telegraph, without any loss of power, and also get those hands out at the right distance. If they're a little late, the big guy gets in on him, and now he can control him. And of course, the mental aspects of it, where they get into those dark rooms we talk about every once in a while, where they have to remember that they have control. They can make the choice. You know, you get in those dark rooms, you start to think that you lose control of the choice, that your opponent's making a choice for you. No, that's not the truth.
Way to block there. Halfway through what is one of the best rounds you'll ever see. Just great action.
No, it's unbelievable. I mean, if you love roller coasters, you go to an amusement park. If you want to see left hooks, right hands, every direction, great shins, great endurance, great heart, you come to this fight. You stay right here.
Little double jab to the head. Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. He scored well after being hit himself. Blocks the headshot. And now we got a fight. He fires back a right hand of his own. And as this round comes to an end, Teddy, you just get the sense that at any point this fight could come to an end because it is being fought with bad intentions.
Yes, these guys are not behaving like guys that are coming here thinking about going to the scorecards. They're letting everything go in every punch.
Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Parries that punch intended for the head. Good defensive skill with the block by hands of stone. So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counter punch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go, because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
A minute to go in what has been 2 minutes of sensational action. Neither man coming off stride. Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing. And you see he turned defense into offense, comes back with the counterpunch.
And that's exactly what he brings to the game. He makes you miss, he makes you pay, and he makes you think twice about throwing a punch later on.
Good defense upstairs to stay away from that offensive assault. Good scoring counterpunch by Merciless.
Okay, we got this one. Last round and it's yours, okay? Keep your distance.
And this is the final round. 12 rounds going at you. And this is the final round. Round number 12 coming at you. Gets rid of that body shot. Scores with the combo to the head. Nice block that time. It was intended to the head. Great movement to get away from those punches. 1 minute to go in this round. Neither man has decided to slow down at all. Oh boy, what a round. Keeping his hands up, getting rid of his opponent's offense. Devastating blow by Hands of Stone. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. And we send it up to the ring at the end of this fight to hear what the judges had to say.
Your winner, Hands of Stone.
Hands of Stone's your winner by majority decision tonight.
You know, I know there's going to be an argument with me in the barbershop tomorrow because my barber's going to be saying, what were they watching? I agree with him. I don't know what the judges were watching.
For Teddy Atlas, I'm Joe Tessitore. Have yourself a great night.